Hi, welcome to the News OK Studios. I'm joined today with Sean Trauschke, who was named earlier this week the new CEO of OGE Energy Corp, which is a parent company of Oklahoma Gas and Electric. Thanks for joining us today, Sean.
Thank you for having us.
Can we just get started a little bit about you at OG&E and tell me how long you've been there and what your roles have been at the company?
Sure. So I was fortunate enough to join the company about 6 years ago as Chief Financial Officer, and I've been here for those 6 years, and as Pete and I have talked about, transition, moved into the President's role, and then again this week on the announcement was named CEO.
Great. And congratulations on that. And
Oh,
I know that
you.
you were named as a director also at the shareholders meeting last month. Is that right?
That's correct. So no, it's truly an honor, and but it's humbling too. Okay. And a lot of people had contributed to this happening or this occurring, and you want to do what's right for them and not let anybody down. So while it's truly an honor, it is still humbling at the same time. And but as far as the company, we're glad to be here. Great. And this is home, and I have 3 children, and I'm really proud of not only them but my wife. I mean, we packed up and moved here 6 years ago, and you
came from North Carolina, is that right?
North Carolina. Okay. And they've really got engaged in the community and their school, and this is home.
Great. Tell me a little bit about your early career. You were with Duke Energy for a number of years, another big utility there. What kind of roles did you do there, and what kind of experience did you bring from there to Oklahoma?
Sure. So I was there 20 years, and my undergraduate degree is in engineering, mechanical engineering, and did a lot of engineering work. Actually worked in a nuclear plant for a number of years. Just was really fortunate to have a lot of different opportunities. Worked in the supply chain area, ran some businesses, did some investor relations, some financial planning, bought and sold some companies. Just was really fortunate that I had a wide range of experiences that I could bring here to OGE.
Great. And you mentioned you're married and 3 kids. How old are your children?
I have an 18-year-old daughter. My son will be 15 next month, and I have an 8-year-old daughter.
Great. Okay. So, and they're all enjoying all the changes in Oklahoma City?
They are, and I couldn't be prouder of them. And when you move and you pack up your family, they made it possible, and they've really gotten engaged in the community and their school, and they're happy.
Great. Now on the consumer front for OG&E, obviously we're kind of turning the page on the calendar here. Last month was really rainy. People probably weren't using their air conditioner much. Now this week we've had a couple of days of temperatures in the late 80s, 90s. Tell us about your Smart Hours program and kind of how that helps consumers.
Oh, sure. So we're really proud of that program. This is actually the 4th year that we have the Smart Hours program, and we have about 114,000 customers enrolled in the program. And last year they averaged about $150 in savings annually. And the goal there is to really shift the usage. As you and I both know, during the summer it's really quite warm. Right. And to the extent that we can shift some of that usage, we're able to delay the need for additional generation into the future. And that affects us all because it helps us keep our rates well below the national average.
Great. And then people can still sign up for the program it started again, but people can still sign up. Is that right? Anytime?
Absolutely. Absolutely. OGE.com. We have a new customer portal there. And please go there and sign up, and it is mobility friendly as well. Great.
And I know too it's been a big year for OG&E on the regulatory front. You've got a big case pending still at the Corporation Commission. I realize you're probably limited in terms of exactly what you can say, but can you kind of let our viewers know a little bit about your rationale for that case and how it went through?
Oh, sure. So maybe working backwards, we expect the administrative law judge to render his ruling here any time now, and then the 3 commissioners will review that recommendation and make their final ruling. But this case goes back a number of years, and recall that the company joined with the state of Oklahoma and Attorney General Scott Pruitt to oppose the federal mandates for a lot of these environmental retrofits that they were requiring. We fought this, and the Attorney General actually requested the Supreme Court to hear the case. They elected not to hear it, so unfortunately, we have to comply. And so we are working towards that compliance deadline between now and January of 2019. We have a lot of things that we have to complete in order to comply, and so we're working along those lines. Today, we're working through the commission on how to recover those costs, and that's where really things stand. But this has been a long time kind of in the making since we were really fighting this as long as we could with the state.
Right, and it's you basically asked permission to recover about $1 billion of investments in your plants. Is that right?
That's right. It's and the reason we did this, there was a piece of legislation, House Bill 1910, that was enacted. It's my understanding that it was approved unanimously, but it was really to allow the commission the authority to pre-approve these mandates, expenditures like this. And our goal in requesting approval was we wanted to begin recovering as we go to smooth out the rate impact to all customers and not wait till the very end and have a larger increase.
Because I think your estimates were anywhere between 15 to 20% cumulatively over the next 5 years or so.
Right.
Through 2019 for customers. That's a big hit on bills. I mean, that's a lot for people to swallow.
It is, and that's why we fought it and we've delayed it for so long. And we were serious about it because this isn't how we wanted to invest in our system. Nevertheless, we have to comply, but that goes back to we wanted to smooth that out and not have the 15 to 20% occurring all in 1 year.
Right, and then at the conclusion of this environmental case, you also are planning another rate case this year at some point during the year. Is that right? Is there any details that you can share with us at this point?
Sure. So in that legislation, there's a provision that we need to have a rate case within 2 years of the rates going into effect. And we wanted to go ahead and do that. The other thing is we had a number of transmission lines, the large 345 lines that came into service, and we need to have a rate case in order to begin recovering those are already in service and providing value to our customers.
Okay. Can you tell me just a little bit about what you've seen in your career at utilities in terms of what customers are demanding? You know, used to basically everyone was focused on reliability and affordability. Now you're looking at people wanting more information about their own bills and the technology that's available with people's own thermostats at home and programmable thermostats. I mean, how has that changed in terms of making the customer a little more involved in these decisions and on the billing side?
Oh, I think it's had a huge impact. And historically, utilities would build generating assets and build transmission distribution systems and connect to the home. And now with our smart meter technology, we're able to feed more information, give price signals to customers. Those customers that actually want to manage their usage, manage their bill, they're able to do that now. But not only that, now we know when there is a disruption or an outage at a home. We know how to identify where the fault is. But I think that customer choice that you're alluding to, where recognizing that all of our residential customers have different wants and desires, and it's our job to figure out how we can service those.
Right, okay. And then, not to get too much into the political side of things, but obviously the Obama administration is going to finalize its new rules for the Clean Power Plan for carbon dioxide greenhouse gas reductions sometime this summer, maybe in August. What's your best feeling on what might come out of that in terms of the final plan?
Well, I think that will be the final plan as it's presented. I think you've seen a lot of states already announce that they will oppose this, and this will be heavily litigated. We anticipate that to occur, and the litigation process of how long that took, if you look at Regional Haze, how long we, along with the state, litigated that process, you're talking 3-5 years, something like that.
Okay. All right. Well, appreciate you joining us here in the studio today. Thanks for coming down and talking to us and letting our viewers get to know you a little bit. So thanks a lot.
Well, great. Thanks for having us, Paul.
Thank you.
Enjoyed it. Thank you.